UFC on ESPN 11 has just wrapped up. Here's your MMA Release recap. To kick off the main card, Miller submitted Roosevelt Roberts via armbar in the first round.
You then take your knee and you put it in the butt of Miller, and then you start to pull it out. You start to slide it out bit by bit. Wow, like that.
Belal Muahmmad defeated Lyman Good via unanimous decision. He's now on a 3-fight winning streak. Raquel Pennington defeated Marion Reneau via unanimous decision. She's now 2-3 in her last 5 fights. For the co-main event, Emmett defeated Shane Burgos via unanimous decision. Here's some reactions from the MMA community. Danny Gay tweeted, "What a war." Amanda Nunes tweeted, "Man, awesome fight." Francis Ngannou tweeted, "Fight of the night. This Emmett is a warrior." Kamaru Usman tweeted, "Oh sheesh, these men are zombies." And Alexander Volkov tweeted, "What a effing fight. Well done boys." And for the main event, Blaydes defeated Alexander Volkov via unanimous decision. Here's some reactions from the MMA community. Edmund Shabazian tweeted, "Dominant win." Gilbert Burns tweeted, "Easy work for Blaydes." Henry Cejudo tweeted, "It's very rare for the heavyweights to go the distance. What a fight." Dominic Reyes tweeted, "Curtis out here with the total domination." And Francis Ngannou tweeted, "Blaydes definitely deserves a title shot, but I'm first in line." A 3-round heavyweight bout between Anthony Smith vs Aleksandar Rakic has been targeted for a UFC card on 29th of August. Anthony Smith is coming off a TKO loss to Glover Teixeira, and Alexander Rakic is coming off a split decision loss to Volkan Oezdemir. Mickey Gall on the Believe in Me podcast speaks on his upcoming fight with Mike Perry.
The UFC talked about wanting to do this Mike Perry fight a few months ago. We were like, yeah, hell yeah, let's do it. And now I guess Mike's assigned, if agreed to fight this week as opponent. So here we go. Yeah, it's a fight. So we're definitely gonna strike. I'm definitely gonna hit him in the face. And if the takedown presents itself, I'll take him down. And I think I definitely have the biggest advantage on the ground. I think I have a lot of pride and belief in my jiu-jitsu. So if it gets there, I think I should be able to take him out pretty quick. I'm not worried about. Look, I'm a low-key Mike Perry fan. I think he's fun. I think he's a violent, he's a savage. He's a savage, but I'm a killer. And I'm gonna be in there. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna go in there and do my thing. I'm not, I think he's fun. I think it's a fun fight for the fans, but I know I can take him out. I think it's the dumbest fighter versus the smartest fighter. Yeah, that's what I said. I hope he thinks I'm a weak ass opponent. See if he thinks I'm a weak ass opponent when I put him on his back. I'm a proud dude. I don't want someone to call me weak ass, but I don't care. I expect that. I expect that out of him. It doesn't bother me. And yeah, maybe it does get me a little excited to show him what's actually up.
Dana White at the UFC on ESPN 11 media scrum speaks on Amanda Nunes wanting to retire from MMA.
She can retire. A lot of these guys can retire. I hope she doesn't. She's one of my favorite people ever, and coming off the performance that she just put on, I think that the beautiful thing was she came out of the Duraname fight, and everybody was like, "Oh, she looked human." This, that, all the critics were all over. She fought arguably the best female striker of all time, beat her, and she looked human in that fight. Then she came out and put a statement on her last performance. She looked incredible and put on an absolute clinic against one of the toughest women I've ever seen in my life. And after a performance like that, I would hate to think that she would want to retire, but. If that's true and that's where she's at right now, then she probably should. I love that girl. I'm sure we'll talk about it and we'll see what's up. I'm just going to give her some time. They're having a baby, and she's got a lot of cool things going on in her life. I think she's at the point now. She's got a lot of money, and she's probably starting to enjoy herself. And everything changes when you got a lot of money.
Glover Teixeira in a recent interview with MMA Junkie says he wants to fight Jan Blachowicz next.
I wanted to keep fighting, man. And I wanted to fight for the title. Of course, it's my dream to become a champion. And I wanted to fight for the title. Really, I'm not, at this, I go in there and I fight for the title and I get the title, doesn't matter who. I'm not trying to be in the politics and thinking like, oh, this guy's retired, this guy's out, this guy. I'm out of this scenario there. So I'm just looking for the fight and go over there, do my business. It's hard to say, it's a and in my opinion, I am looking forward to fight for the title. I want to fight Jan Blachowicz because we both coming from like 4 or 5. I mean, I come from 4 wins in a row. I believe he come like 4 or 5 wins in a row, something like that. Who am I to say who's gonna fight next or this? And so is John Jones, right? He say, John and Reyes can fight for the title. As he's calling the shots now, he leave UFC and tell who's gonna fight. I don't think that way. I only think that those guys have the chance. They went in there, they fought for the title, they lost, and they got to come back and win fights to get back in there again. You don't get rematch for the title unless you're a champion. I mean, I believe if John Jones, and I will agree, if John Jones lost the title and get rematch immediately, I agree with that. But a challenger, they gotta open up for the next guy. They gotta win more fights to come back. That's the way I think, and that's the way I put myself to help myself to get there. I think me and Blachowicz, John, we should fight. And and those guys have to fight to get win. Maybe Thiago and Reyes have to fight, see who's going to win and who's going to fight next. Who's going to fight for the title next.
Okay, cleaning out the school. Team Henzo for life. More Savage t-shirts. Fucking Frank Trigg, I got you. We got, look, victory belongs to the most persevering. That's what that said up there. I did it fast. And I got a lot of people yesterday reaching out to me. Oh, it was so sweet. Really concerned and so nice and concerned about me. Listen, do not sweat it. I will be fine. A matter of fact, swipe to your right or left. People are worried about me. Look at this beautiful school. My friends and students. Louis, say hello. Tuan. Guys, thank you. Look at this. People are worried about me. We're going to be fine. What a beautiful school. I'm blessed. I'm surrounded by good people.
And Ben Askren on his Instagram says that he's sad about BJ Penn not putting time into other things to be successful after his fighting career.
And so, a guy like, it's probably the worst example, because this was one of my favorite fighters. Well, we're seeing this complaint come with a lot of fighters who are talking about how little money they made in their early UFC career, which, some of their points are valid. But at the same time, there's the personal responsibility piece, which, well, you should realize you're only getting paid so much, and, you probably should put some away, blah, 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 okay? But, one of the guys who I think about, who I was always sad about, who couldn't pivot to anyone else, and you think just the personality he had, if he would have had some type of other career and kind of put his time and energy, or not all of it, but a little bit of it into something else, he probably would have been massively successful in whatever that next venture that he had was. And that's BJ Penn, right? I think BJ Penn in his last 9 fights was 1-7-1, I believe, or something to that effect. So Mike Tyson's different, guys, because Mike Tyson, he did retire for an extended period of time. Now if he wants to come back and have a couple fights, whatever, right? But he does have right? He's got his podcast going on, and stuff like that. So with BJ Penn, right? He was forced to continue to fight because he didn't have anywhere else to go. He had nothing else he wanted to do. And like I said, fighting, we all get old in fighting. Everyone, is going to end up decreasing their skill level, right? Their skills are going to diminish. They're going to get worse, and then they're going to have to move on into something else. So, yeah, I guess I would say I was highly disappointed that BJ, you know, that's one of them. I could name a whole bunch more. I'm not going to try to throw everyone on the bus on this Mental Monday. But BJ was, you know, kind of an obvious one, unfortunately. Again, one of my favorite fighters, stuck around too long.